We're live. Hello. Hello, Sahla Reem.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. This is we're part of the Women's Empowerment Series. Welcome to this episode where I have a beautiful and amazing guest all the way from Dubai. Reem Ahmed, it's such an honor to have you with me today. And the Women
Thank you.
Empowerment Series is a series that I've organized, and I invite guests from all over to inspire women to share their stories, to share their journey, and also to be, all role models for other women, and also to share their work. And mainly when they have a beautiful book like you, I am so happy and so honored to have you. Welcome,
Thank
Reem.
you. Thank you, Dr. Hind. It's really a pleasure and honor to be interviewed by you, actually. I was feeling a lot of joy yesterday when you told me. Like my heart was dancing because usually you have a safe space, and I love that. I love that a lot.
Oh, I'm so happy. Let me see what's happening on LinkedIn to make sure that it's all okay. Let me just see. View on LinkedIn. Please check me to through the stream. It's okay. That's okay. If you are joining us for the first time, please say hello. You know us and you're here and you come all the time. Just say hi. Welcome to Reem. If you have any questions, we will share it. I'm not. There is just we are live streaming on Facebook and YouTube, and I think I'm waiting for LinkedIn to come. But this is amazing. It's all on. Wonderful.
Good.
So tell me, Reem, tell me about you. Tell me about your work. Tell me about your beautiful journey and how you came about to write this amazing book. Love, love legacy. So
Okay.
let's start about you. How did you start?
About me, my name is Reem Ahmed. I started my career in IT. I studied my bachelor's in computer science, was IT trainer, and then shifted to water engineering. I
Wow,
did my master's. Yeah,
I love this. You know that I am a water person too. I love this.
yeah. It's
Amazing.
amazing. Water is amazing creature. It's very free
Yeah,
and it can go wherever it wants.
that's true. And so, what did
So
you study as a water engineer? Was it infrastructure? Was it water management?
it was water resources, and I was working in water network simulation.
Uh-huh.
Would do the strategic planning of the Dubai water network.
Wow.
In case we have pumping station failure, pipes
Right.
failure, or diesel plants failure, what we are gonna do, or low pressure in a specific area, or a
Uh-huh.
development come asking for a connection, and all those things.
And
I
of course,
loved
the
it.
water resources in Dubai is fascinating because it's a lot
Yes,
of desalination, isn't it?
yes, yes, it is.
The
It's
whole
based.
network, is
It's
it?
based on desalinated water. Yeah.
Wow. And
We
recycling, like when the water is used, it get recycled for irrigation, or what is it? What is it used
Yes,
for?
yes, the water is treated for irrigation by the Dubai municipality.
So the consumer consume, and then the wastewater is retreated so that they can recycle it to irrigate. That's why it's so
Yes,
green.
yes, yes. And we have also some green buildings and new buildings depend on how to say it. It's a different type of water which comes from the water machine and
Yes, sure.
the sink for the plates.
Uh-huh.
It has got different quality than the
That's true.
wastewater.
Absolutely.
So this kind of water gets treated differently and it can be recycled and reused in the same building, in some of the
Amazing.
buildings, for
Wow.
flushing, for
Yeah,
other
for
purposes.
flashing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
sure. That's the water cycle. I love that. I mean, I know we're going to talk about love. We will, but isn't that
yeah,
amazing how fascinating water is? Because, the
it is.
water is the source of everything.
It
And
is.
it is. And when you touch water, you feel you're actually touching everything. It's consumption, household, industry, agriculture, every single part of the economy is linked to the water. It's incredible.
Yes. You know, one time I remember telling my mentor in the water sector,
Yeah.
I was doing my chartered engineering and I was member of SIWAM, and I told him, I wish I'm a water droplet who travels with the water and the pipelines to see what's happening with it, where it's going,
Oh,
and everything that is
really?
faces. So
I
he
love
was
your
like, that
huh?
does not sound like an engineer. I'm like,
Really? Yeah, that sounds like
"Oh."
what like a woman engineer. I love that. I think it's fascinating that you use
Well,
your creativity.
yeah, because my belief about engineering, it's a creative field, but
It is.
people consider it so rigid. It's not true. It's so creative. It's like creating something out of nothing. This is the engineering.
It is. And yeah, and then you have such a perfectly logical scientific mind that you can apply it to anything. Anything.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's like even when you organize your day, it feels like it's a machine, all organized,
Planning things a lot. Yeah.
and it
It's
all
so
comes back to your
organized.
education. I love that, but why it just touched me so much because, to me, I think for everyone, if you want to have more women leaders, more women taking decisions, we need to prepare them in the education to go into STEM, to science, into engineering, because it just opens up such a huge door of perspectives and opportunities and way of thinking.
Definitely. It is.
You feel that part is helping you today, the fact that you're an engineer, the fact you're a water engineer, okay, because that's
Yes.
not any engineer, it's water. It's like I love that. That's me too.
Yes. Yes,
Mm,
definitely. It helps me a lot
mm,
because it it's actually part of me.
uh-huh.
It's my structured part, my intellectual part, my logical mind is
Yeah,
there in
yeah,
addition to the other aspects of me, which loves writing, it loves people and dealing with people. So for me it's like combining two things into one place, because usually I heard people say it's either the intellectual mind works more or the logical mind works more, but I don't believe in this. I love bringing them into one place.
mm-hmm.
And I remember one of my coaches told me, you know what, Reem, I feel a bit confused now. You're doing engineering work and now you are shifting to photography. At that time, I was learning professional photography.
Sure.
He was like, I'm gonna call you a Reem engineer because you are trying to pull the two sides of the pole into one place.
But that's
So
amazing. Yeah, it's fascinating to do that.
yeah,
And so how did it how go, that photography part of your life?
I did the professional photography for some time, but
Uh-huh.
then still, I wanted more than just the photography. And
Right.
I'll tell you what.
Mm.
In fact, at one point, I was thinking of using the photography in psychology. Like,
Okay.
for example, taking the picture of people and from their facial expressions, know their psychological state, and after doing some work with them, uh, take pictures after that and start reading the new psychological state they are in.
Hmm.
And from there, I kept thinking where to enter that field. What do I want to do? And at one point, um, I thought of the NLP, the neurolinguistic programming.
Right.
I heard a
Okay.
lot about it and I wanted to study it. At that time, I have left my work as an engineer in the consultancy services,
Hmm.
and NLP was a bit expensive for me. So I I don't want to confuse you, but this what happened. I studied wedding planning
Okay. No, you don't confuse
because
me. You're
because
an
because
engineer.
I
You're
like
like
I'm like
different
going
parts.
I'm going
Okay.
every
So you did
time
wedding
to new
planning,
direction.
but
So
that's
I
okay because
studied.
you love planning.
Yes, yes. So
You love planning, you
uh,
love pictures, so you love beautiful scenery, and you just want to surround everyone with just beautiful pictures. So
exactly, and I was
it's like
fond,
putting your two things together, really.
yeah, and I was fond of colors, and
Okay.
I thought that's a nice place where I can work with families,
Yes.
because I was fascinated about families. I saw a lot of um, rigidity in the corporate
Hmm.
sectors,
Hmm.
and I saw a lot of um, problems that are happening in at work, and I kept observing and figured out that many of the people, when they come to work, they are just wearing masks,
Mm.
and once something happens to trigger them, they go back to the original people who they are at home. And
Wow.
from knowing some of them, I knew it's a fact.
Hmm.
So I thought, I want to work with people, but maybe it's better to work with families. That's why when I got the wedding planning, I thought, wow, I can work with families when
Okay.
they get married,
Right.
at the beginning of it. Especially that the CEO told us, if you want to enter into the wedding planning, you are going to deal with a lot of mediation and a lot of, trying to convince the bride, the groom, and solve some of the conflicts between them around things. And
Okay.
I felt it fascinating, actually. I thought that's interesting. And I continued studying the wedding planning until I joined the corporate sector again for income, basically. And I saw again the same patterns repeating. So after 6 months in the new job, I thought, you know what, it's time to go back to the NLP. I want to take the neurolinguistic programming to understand how to deal with such situations. I'm still
Mm.
not able to deal with the re- massive rejection and a lot of resistance for change, because at that time I was doing assessment for their processes and suggesting new enhancements, and
Hmm.
they would be like, I have been working here for a long time.
Right.
I don't need you to come and tell me how to do it. And it doesn't matter what's your background, how much you know, what's your experience. Still, they consider themselves, I have been working here for a long time, doing what I'm doing for a long
Yeah.
time. So I don't want anybody to come and tell me how to do things. Okay, so I enrolled in a course for NLP.
Hmm.
And as a byproduct came the NLP coach as well. At the
Okay.
beginning, I didn't want to do coaching. I was like,
Okay.
everybody's saying they are coach. I'm not interested.
But did
You
you,
know,
before the NLP, did you actually organize wedding? Did you plan some weddings?
not really, because I was still taking the course. The course is 12 months, and I finished up to the design.
Okay. And that's
And
it.
at that time, I finished three assignments, like up to the design. At that time, I took the NLP, and I was overwhelmed with so many things, and I had to take a decision. So I dropped the wedding planning, and I focused on the NLP.
Okay.
So as I'm saying, it came NLP with NLP coach.
Okay. Mhm.
I wasn't planning to be a coach, but when I studied it, I loved it. I was
Mm.
like, it's interesting. It's
Yeah.
not just something ubiquitous and everybody is a coach is it means it's not a good thing. No, it
No,
is
of
actually
course
a
not.
good thing.
Mhm.
So I was like, maybe I can now start working with families
Okay, because
with the
that points you
NLP.
back to why you were able to do the, to go to the planning so that you can plan wedding for family, and now you can work with them. That's perfect.
Yes. So uh, I wanted to market for myself as a relationship coach or family coach, and uh, my marketing advisor told me, no, not by taking NLP by itself, you can claim that you're a relationship coach. Said, okay. She said, you can just say I'm a life coach. And this is what I did at the beginning. And I took after that the hypnosis, and the hypnosis taught me a lot about how the mind works, how the
Mm.
subconscious mind works. And I loved doing the hypnosis for people a lot because they would love my voice
Wow.
and feel
Mhm.
it used to be effective when I used it with
Okay.
them,
Mhm.
like my colleagues or friends. So it was very interesting, but
So
then
you
still,
discovered something new for
yes,
yourself.
yes,
Mhm.
but then still, where is the certified relationship,
Okay.
thing,
Sure.
so that I can claim. So after some time, that was in 2018 when I took the hypnosis. In 2019, I started the organizational team and relationship systems coaching.
Mhm.
Took the introduction in May, and then four more in-depth courses in September, October, November, and December,
Mhm.
around maybe 72 hours.
Mhm.
And I started doing relationship coaching, and it was really effective. Um, but again,
Yeah. When you started
yeah.
relationship coaching, is just something you studied or you start helping people with?
So I studied,
Mhm.
and after studying the ORSC, I
Yeah.
started helping people with it. I
Okay.
could
Okay. So because you
claim,
understand how
yeah,
to work
yeah,
on
I could
the
claim
relation.
that I am a relationship coach at that time because I would work with the system, a
Okay.
system of a team, a system of a couple, a system of a family,
Right.
or friends. So we coach the relationship between
Between
people,
them. Mhm.
not only the people themselves.
Okay, very nice
Again,
because how they relate to each other and how they
exactly,
mirror each other through their relationship. Yeah, and
exactly.
how
And
they
it has,
calibrate each other.
it has got a lot of things to it, Dr.
I'm
Hind.
sure.
It has got dealing with the diversity, dealing with conflicts, writing your conflict agreement.
And they
Yes,
will do that as like between two people? Will they?
yes, they
Excellent.
welcome it. They love it, actually. Dealing with a ghost, societal ghost, where
Right.
a ghost, which is considered, we a ghost is just a terminology we say about something that's in intruding the relationship
Mhm.
and affecting us and the relationship without us knowing.
Is it something like when you feel like, oh, somebody, what others are going to say, what others going to, if they watch me, the way I behave, how would this person think? You know?
One thing, the
Yeah.
societal rules, yeah,
Right. Of course, because that
and
involves a lot of relationships. Yeah.
it has got also to it, um, for example, an old relationship.
Mhm. Haunting
Uh,
you. Yeah, so, like, whatever
yes,
happened in that old
yes,
relationship, you don't want it, yeah?
yeah. A death of a dear person, you know.
Right, because you're
A,
scared of losing. So you're, like, always scared, you have that fear that is
yes,
always there.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And there
R
is that gloom, that feeling of sadness which keeps visiting you because you are missing
Mm.
someone you
So you
really
cannot
love.
enjoy happiness within the
No,
relationship if you
yeah,
keep on always going back to
yes,
that thing.
especially if it's like a parent or a sibling or even
Mm.
a child, for
Right.
example. It's really tough.
Yeah, because it just it haunts you. It's like it's an emotional code inside you,
It
and anything can
does.
trigger it. Yeah.
Going
Mm.
through a crisis, for example, severe illness or an accident, or the husband gets fired from his job, and
Right,
all of
or
these things.
money crisis. It does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
of these things intrude in the relationship without us knowing or realizing what's going
Yeah,
on.
because it becomes mechanical. It just, like it becomes something that comes and you think that's what your brain is telling you, but it's your emotional coding. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
A lot
So
of
all of
baggage.
these things,
Mm.
all of these things, and how to be a respectful traveler whenever you enter the the world of another person, by learning about them, about their interests,
Mm.
how you invite them to your world, all of these things. It was amazing thing to learn and to do as well.
Mm.
So I started this for some time, and then at one point, I was there was still something missing,
Okay.
because the program was a bit more modified to suit organizations and teams and the
Okay.
professionalism thing. And
Mhm.
I wanted to enter the core. I
Mm.
wanted to go to the homes. Here
Mm.
where I found the Virginia Satir coaching and mentoring program.
Okay. Okay.
Once I got that, I started the enriching relationship with yourself and others. It was fascinating.
Mm.
Really, it was like flipping my whole world. It
Amazing.
wasn't only knowledge and skills to apply with people, it was one rebirth after the other,
Incredible.
one internal shift after the next. When
Mm.
I learned about our parts, like our emotions, dealing with all of our emotions as part of us, not all of
Right.
us. It's not
Yes.
that you are an angry person, it's that you hold anger in you, where your angry part tries to dominate your
Take
world now,
over
or
the other part.
yeah,
Yeah.
or
And it's
play a
nice
role
because when you're able to, disconnect from these and then realize that we have many parts of us and you can watch them because you can have the angry part fighting with that one wants to be happy, but then you see which frequency will be higher and will take over.
Yes, even
Yeah.
the thoughts are parts of us, and everything of our being is part of us. So
Mhm.
the parts concept, it makes us not titling people at all. We
Mm.
don't say he is so and so. He has got so and so, or
Right.
part of him or her.
That's right. Yeah.
You
Mm.
know,
Mm.
it's amazing because people don't start not feeling so offended,
Mm.
because when you tell them what your blaming part is telling you now,
Mm.
and what's the lesson or what's the message it's carrying for you with love,
Mm.
because all
Everything
our
comes back
parts
to
love
love.
us.
Mm.
Yeah, all our parts loves us. And once we become in peace with all our internal parts, emotions, thoughts, past experiences, present experiences, people in our lives, events, and everything, every part of our life, we become in peace with it by accepting it. And
Right.
we solve this internal chaotic, we solve all the internal fights, we become like, oh,
It's a relief.
it's
It's,
amazing.
it's true. It's a
And it
relief.
only it only happens through love. Only
Mm.
when we love each part, we can accept it.
Yes,
We
we have to
become
accept.
so we
We
become so
accept
compassionate.
each part and we love it because you need to
Yes,
accept that angry part of you that time that did that. That, sad part of you that time that reacted this way.
yes,
That greedy part of you that reacted this
yes,
way. You know,
yes,
and it's just not you, it's just different parts of you and you grow out of them. But
yes,
you accept that you need to forgive yourself also.
exactly,
It is a lot of forgiving so that you
exactly. Yeah.
can open space for love. And that's how you wrote your book. So tell me about the book. Show me the book so that we can
So
show
here is the book.
Love Legacy. You said you can find it in Amazon. So I will drop the
Yes,
link for whoever
yes.
wants to buy
And the
it.
slogan is, we create a happier world by building happier families, one family system at a time.
I love that. Excellent. Excellent. Mm.
So,
One family system at a time. Yeah. You start with your small one and then it goes to all the rest. But
yes,
sometimes you want to, all of the families and all of the system, and we think we have something to do in everyone. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the excited part. It wants to heal the whole world, but then
yeah.
again, another part might be more realistic, comes and says, you have so much you can do on earth, but at least you can create the ripple. And when you help someone, this someone can help another, and the other helps the other. And that's how we can live in a more cohesive
Mm,
society and a more cohesive world, where people, rather than being on tips of their toes, feeling
mhm.
so scared of each other, feeling threatened that their existence on earth is going to be wiped out by the other person telling them, I hate you, or you are rejected, you are not allowed to be in our tribe, or whatever. Rather
Yeah.
than doing all of this, people start having more peace and becoming more loving to their part and other people parts, so that
Amazing. So
they
good.
allow themselves and the others to be who they are.
Yeah.
And here comes the five freedoms which Virginia Satir spoke about, and they are in the book. The
Okay.
freedom
Where
to
are they?
be, the freedom to be
Okay.
and have your thoughts and feelings.
Okay.
The
So
freedom to
freedom to be,
feel, yeah, be and have
freedom
your
to
thoughts and have your own thoughts and feelings.
sure.
The freedom to feel those feelings, not
Hmm.
like you are not supposed to get angry. You are not supposed to be jealous. You are not supposed to cry, and a lot of rules. So
Hmm.
the freedom to feel those feelings, because if we cut
Okay.
one of them, we feel blocked. The freedom to express our feelings,
Hmm. So
like
freedom to do, to feel, and to express.
to express, because oftentimes people would feel, let's go to the anger because it has got a dogma around it. And a lot of times people keep suppressing their anger,
Hmm.
as if they tell this angry part, shh, don't
Don't
come
exist.
out,
Yeah.
don't exist,
Shouldn't.
you're not allowed to be here. Yeah, I'm not supposed to be angry, I'm okay, supposed to be fine. Yes, tell me,
Mm.
what did you want to say? You know
Mm.
what? It keeps resisting you, and it's so smart. It
Yes.
either keeps accumulating and explodes.
Hmm.
And this is the title which people usually attach to anger, that it's a bad thing because it explodes and it breaks things. No, no, no. It's the suppressed anger which does
Of
these
course,
things.
it's the
It's
suppression,
not,
is the second step. Yeah.
yeah,
But
it's
when you
not the
feel it and
actual.
you let it pass, it's just gonna pass through you. Yeah.
Or say, well, I feel angry because this happened.
Hmm.
Or I feel jealous because I want to be like that person, for example.
Yeah.
Or I want to have like this person.
Mm.
It give it the proper channel of expression, rather
Right.
than suppressing it and let it fight you and come
Mm.
in a way that we don't feel proud of later, or like, yeah.
Mm.
Um Also, if it doesn't explode, sometimes the suppression of feelings cause a lot of disease, because it
True.
might attack a weak organ inside our body and comes through it, like
Yes.
pain
Yes.
in the stomach, uh, pain in the heart. You know,
True.
most of the
Yeah.
chronic diseases like the high blood pressure, and
All of
you
that really.
know
Mm.
the you know other things, diabetes, is it comes mostly out of suppressed feelings.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Even cancer, by the way,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's true. I mean,
comes
like,
out of that.
absolutely. That's why, and it's important you said that, because that's why all of this, personal development and coaching and mentorship, it's almost more urgent today and needed than ever before, because we don't let our emotions be. We suppress them. We are stress and so much anxiety, and we, you know, the world have gone through so many things that we all have those emotions inside us, and if we don't learn how to master them and how to be okay and live through them, then we go through that other side, which is like we suppress them, and that's how
Yes.
we start creating an amplified effect, stimulating ourselves in the wrong direction. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the way how you are telling things actually and
It's
explaining
true
that.
because that's what happens. So let's see, what's the fourth one?
The fourth one is asking for what you want before seeking for permission. For
Okay, I
example,
like that.
for
Mhm.
example, I love to be treated this way
Yeah,
between the couples. Why not? I mean, why
that's
not?
true. Why not?
Or
Because we think that let's wait for him to do it for me. And you're like, you can just, that's why not. That's why. It's like, well, I want him to surprise me. But then you gotta tell. You're gonna share. That's true. I like that.
yeah,
Okay.
or even asking for the promotion without waiting for
Mm,
permission. No, if they know I deserve, they are gonna promote me. But
yeah.
why can't you just say I want a promotion? I deserve it.
That's it. And then it will say it and repeat it. They'll record that in their head. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fifth one is rocking the boat without and taking risks without fears or again waiting for permission,
Mm,
because we are supposed to be free to have decisions like changing a job, changing a major, starting our business.
mm,
Eh, all of this is taking risks. Even, by the way, expressing a feeling that might be rejected by the partner is a risk.
mm.
But we are free creatures like water,
That's right.
where
See, we all come back
70%
to water at the end.
we're made of 70% of water.
Of water, exactly.
Yeah.
And water, we've
So,
made everything is alive from
yes.
water. Everything.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. You come back to the same, the start of the water thing. I love this. You are so full of love, my dear, and it's such a
Thank
beautiful
you.
discussion. And I can't wait. I'm ordering the book, and I can't wait to read it and read about your legacy of love and how sharing love around us. That's what the world needs more of, really. Actually, just
Yes. Yes.
loving people, loving themselves more, people loving each other more, and people
Yes.
loving the beauty of the word more. I think that's what we need more of. Mm.
I want to add only one thing here. Uh, for me, I love love and I love to combine it with peace.
Mm.
Why? Because we oftentimes we heard about peace at any price, like in families. Shh, don't
Mm.
speak. There
To
will be a
create
fight.
space, yeah.
Yeah, you have to be quiet.
Mm.
So it's like peace at any price. The price is going to be suppressing your feeling and not loving yourself. But no, we need love with peace, and so that's a loving peace and a
Yes.
peaceful love. Why? Because oftentimes I also heard that people say tough love. That's my way of loving my child. I have a tough love. Sorry,
Yeah. That doesn't
but
exist.
that's that. Yeah, but I don't understand actually the word tough love. I
Mm.
understand a peaceful love and a loving peace.
And respectful love. Love
Yeah.
that command respect and attract respect. And when you have
Yeah.
love, when a person love herself truly, like really, you have this boundary that you create because you love yourself, so you honor yourself, so you respect yourself. And when you do that, you change the way people relate to you, and you attract the respect that you are treating yourself with, you see. So
That's true.
interlinked, but they all start by the love of yourself, truly, with real. Like, I love myself, so I don't let someone treat me so bad. I love myself, so I don't let someone make me feel so awful. And then, but I don't say anything because I'm looking for peace. If you do that, you don't respect yourself. And if you don't respect yourself, there is something in you that you don't love as much because you're like, whatever, I can be treated bad. You see? So when you really understand that essence of loving yourself so that you can command respect, you can command love and appreciation the same way you do it towards yourself. See?
Yes. And also,
Mm.
I have something to add here.
Okay.
It's interesting because at certain point of my life, I started meeting people who treated me differently from the way people treated me before.
Okay. In a good way?
Yes, 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 in a very
Excellent.
good way.
Why?
Amazing people.
That change happened?
It's after the enriching program and after accepting a lot of things
Of
inside
yourself
me.
and
Yes,
forgiving yourself so that you can love
yes,
yourself.
yes.
See?
At the same time, there is a lot to say about the perception.
Mm.
How do we perceive what happened? We could perceive everything that's happening as something offensive, and we could perceive some of the things that are happening with curiosity. What do
Hmm.
you mean? What did you mean? Did you mean to hurt me? Did you mean to did you
Ah.
mean to, you know?
Mm.
Because many times also we give a meaning to the event based on our experience, let's
Yeah,
say.
based in our paradigm, in our
Our
program.
our 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 best knowledge.
Yeah.
But when once we seek for additional knowledge, we enrich the map and give it a new dimension.
And it changes the
So exactly. So the other person could be meaning hurt, for example. But once I love myself a lot, I can bring myself back from feeling hurt to say, don't worry, I love you, who cares?
yeah,
You know?
that's the way to do it.
Yes, I remember one of the people, and he was pioneer actually in human development in Canada. His name is Dr. Ibrahim Al-Faqih. Someone came and told him, Dr. Ibrahim, if a person told you you are a donkey, won't you feel offended and upset? He said, well, I would look in the mirror. If
But
I if I don't see a donkey, I wouldn't care. But if
exactly.
I see something else, I would be absolutely upset.
Very good point. But that's the way it is. That's exactly how it is. It's just feedback, whatever people say. This has been so
Yeah.
delightful. I love that. I have a master class starting November 7th. And what I will be talking about, is the BAL method that I work on, which is believe, act, lead. And the L at the end, it's really for leading, but it's also love. So I have a whole, module that is around love and the legacy, but it comes down everything to love. So I feel our conversation today is just so aligned with the essence of how you start changing your life and changing everybody's life around you. Incredible.
True.
Beautiful, Reem. You are such a
Thank
delight
you.
and
Thank
so
you,
lovely.
Nurhan.
And I am
Thank
so,
you.
and we should do it in Arabic in Ramadan. Let's do a session in
Thank you.
Arabic.
Sure.
In
Inshallah.
So nice. Thank you for coming. Such an honor. And I'm going to share your book I haven't seen all of the comments. They didn't come up today, but if you have watched us or you're on replay, send us comments, say hello. If you have any questions, I will also drop the link for the beautiful book by Reema Ahmed, Love Legacy, how to bring some love in your life and in your family, in your relationships, and in the world. Well done. Beautiful work you're
Thank
doing.
you. Thank you, Dr. Hind. It's an honor, and I really appreciate this opportunity. Thanks. Thank you.
Love you, my dear. Bye, Reem.
I love
Bye,
you too. Love
everyone.
you. Bye bye.